What's good, everybody? Real Boy RD coming at you. Today we are going to be making some stuffed portobello mushrooms. Yes, stuffed portobello mushrooms with a side of a nice salad with a lemon balsamic honey vinaigrette. Y'all stay tuned. Alright, so I will show y'all the ingredients on what to get for the stuffed mushroom caps and then a light lemon balsamic salad. Now, for your salad, you can get whatever you want, whatever floats your boat. I'm going to get our baby arugula. It has a little bit of like a peppery bite, and it goes well with anything with like lemon in it. So I'm going to get the arugula, but you can get like whatever salad you want. So for the stuffing, you can either do white mushroom or you can do baby bella. It's up to you. I'm gonna go with the baby bella. If you want to be fancy, you can also use shiitake. But I'm gonna keep it classic. Now, since this is a vegetarian dish, I repeat, this is a vegetarian dish. For the sauce, you can either do, I'm gonna do two sauces to show you. I'm gonna do a white wine, I'm gonna do a tomato. So for the tomato sauce, you wanna get like a really high quality brand or like sauce. I'm gonna get the tomato and mascarpone cheese one because this one is really flavorful, really creamy and rich. So I'm gonna get this. But try to get a really good brand of tomato sauce for your tomato sauce option if you want to go that route with your stuffed mushrooms. Alright, so we're going to get started on the stuffing, the filling for the portobello mushrooms. So I got the caps. So these are extremely, they're big. So we're going to stuff these with our stuffing here. So I didn't show you all the peppers in the grocery store because I already had some. But if you have any like bell peppers, get those. I'm gonna use the yellow one here. But yeah, we're gonna chop this all up and get it in our pan here. So we're also gonna be chopping our green onions, also known as scallions. So the scallion, let me show you here. You all have probably seen it. But looks like this. Normally like the top they use for garnish, this is what we're gonna use, but we're gonna use this bottom part, probably up to here, for the filling, and then we're gonna use the top as garnish at the end. But yeah, this is a green onion or a scallion. For those of you that don't know, now you know. I taught you something today. So when you all are cutting a bell pepper, make sure you remove the stem and then the seeds in there. An easy way to cut it is to have it on its flesh side. This is the skin side, and it has the flesh side. This side is easier to cut. So I'm gonna do like some bigger chunks to match our scallions here. So it can kind of be like a small pea-sized shape. Alright, so let me show you all what's happening here. So I got some garlic, 2 tablespoons with some olive oil. This is a vegetarian dish, so I want to use all of the delicioso vegetables that I can get. So I'm going to add in my onions first and my peppers and get those caramelized. Alright, so they are sauteing and sizzling up. I'm gonna add in here. Make sure you are seasoning as you go. So I'm gonna add in some salt. Make sure you add in a nice helping of salt. Alright, so I have my peppers and onions sizzling on the skillet here. I also added in some salt, some Italian herb seasoning, and some black pepper. Make sure you are seasoning your mixture. We're going to add in our mushrooms next. Alright, so our mushrooms are added in now. I'm going to cook these down. These are going to shrink in size, like most of our vegetables that we cook on the stove top here. I'm going to add in the ingredient to our secret sauce in a minute here. And then we're going to go from there. That's going to be one of the sauces that you can use. And then I'm going to add in our tomato sauce to the other half of it. All right, so I have turned up the heat here. I want to cook off some of this liquid, excess liquid that came off of the mushrooms. So I'm going to turn it up. I want the skillet to kind of be like smoking. Like I want it to be like kind of smoking hot. I want all of these liquids to be gone from the pan. So you're going to cook it for probably about 5 minutes maybe on almost high. I got it on what? Almost on 8. So make sure you have it up on high to get rid of this liquid, y'all. All right, so our liquid is cooked down. It's starting to stick to the pan a little bit. That's exactly what I want. Now I'm going to add in our white wine. So our white cooking wine. Y'all, this costs like less than $5. Y'all be spending money on other stuff y'all need to be spending on that costs more than this. So get you some white cooking wine. We're going to pour this in here. That's what you want. You want that steam. It's deglazing this pan. We're going to deglaze the pan. That means we're going to get up all them little seasoned chunks stuck to the bottom of the pan, stuck to the pan. Stir it around. And then we're going to add half of this into one of the portobello mushrooms. All right, so before I did all of this, I made sure I preheated my oven to 350 because we're going to be melting that cheese on top. I took my veggies off of the heat so it can kind of chill out for a minute, let them cool off. I have my portobello mushrooms here. Make sure that you rub the bottom of these with an oil. So I'm going to do it with the extra virgin olive oil. I have my cast iron here with the aluminum foil over it for our oven. So it can just be easy cleanup after they come out. And then we're going to assemble. I'm going to show you all how to get these all up in here. All right, so next we're going to get our cheeses grated. So I have bought this Parmesan, the fresh Parmesan from Whole Foods. The one with the crystals in it, with the rind, with the real rind, the really good Parmesan cheese. And then I got some Gouda too. Gouda melts really beautifully. It has a little bit of a sweet bite to it, which is what I want. So I'm going to grate both of these cheeses and just add them onto our mushroom mixture. The stuffing is kind of cooling out. I already put my half that has the white wine reduction in one of them already, but I'm going to grate both of these and then I'm going to show you all the other sauce that I'm going to be making. Alright, so our cheese has been grated here. I mixed it up. We're going to save a little bit of it for the salad later, but this is enough for both the mushrooms and the salad. So for this, the remaining half of this sauce, we only have a little bit left, which is what I wanted. I'm going to use the tomato sauce. So I'm using the tomato and mascarpone. You don't have to use this specific same sauce. You can use whatever tomato sauce floats your boat. So if you just want like a regular like roasted garlic or like a tomato and basil, you can do that as well. But I'm going to use this one because I love this sauce. It's so good. But you know, it's whatever preference you have. Also, you can make this into a vegan dish. So you don't have to use any cheese, or you can use vegan cheese and it's a vegan dish already. And a different type of tomato sauce. And there you go. Another quick tip, when y'all are using cutting boards or like anything or like cutting surface, make sure you're washing it in between things that you're cutting. Like don't cut no pieces, like don't cut like shrimp or like any type of protein or anything on there and then you switching to vegetables. That's how we get E. coli. So we don't want people being brain dead. So make sure that you are washing the cutting board so you don't do this thing called cross-contamination. Like when I was cutting up my vegetables, I washed the board, gave it a little rinse, a little soap, you know. Y'all know how to wash. I hope so. But just wash your cutting board and then use it for whatever else you're going to chop. Make sure you're washing in between things that you are cutting. Alright, so here are both of my mushrooms. I have one with the white rind reduction, and I have this one with the white rind reduction and tomato sauce. So you can kind of see the difference in both of them. Also, the shapes of the portabellas are different. This one, I don't know what, he ain't getting enough sunlight or enough moisture. I don't know. He must have been left neglected as a child. This one is more so how they are supposed to look. Like they have that curve so that you can stuff it in there. I'm still able to put stuff on here, but yeah, I don't know. Poor little baby. He wasn't hooked when he was a little kid. But we're going to bake them off. I'm going to add my cheese on, and then I'm going to put some herbs on there on the top before I bake it off, and it's going to be good, y'all. I'm going to start cutting up the herbs that I got. So I have some chives, and I have some Italian flat leaf parsley, and then I have those green onion tips that I had cut off. So for chives, I'm going to use scissors for these. I'm going to cut it so I can get an even cut. And then when you do cut it, it's going to sprinkle ever so over the portobello mushrooms. and you just literally just cut it into little pieces. And you can do this in like chowders or like soups. But yeah, scissors are the best way to go with chives. You can chop them up with a knife, but I like using the scissors to get those little even pieces that we have. You can even cut up the parsley too. You can cut it, you can rip it, you can do a rough chop, whatever floats your boat. But I'm gonna cut this as well. All right, so here are our mushrooms here. They're all ready to go. Remember, I preheated my oven to 350 before I started so that our oven already is ready to go. So these are gonna go in the oven for about 15 minutes until our cheese is cooked, and our mushrooms will cook as well. Our oven is hot, so the Portabella mushrooms will cook along with the filling again on the inside and melting that cheese and getting the herbs all in that ooey gooey goodness at the end. All right, so I'm gonna get started on the vinaigrette. So you can either use a whisk, which I have a whisk, but I'm gonna use a fork because we all have forks. Y'all should have it. If y'all got the little plastic forks, you know that you got the little Dollar Tree or whatever up the street, perfectly fine. So I'm gonna start off with I'm gonna add in the lemon first. So when you have a lemon, try to get a firm one. And then what you wanna do is roll it out. Like I said, press that anger down. Like this nigga DeAndre ain't call me back. You mad at your kid, Shaniqua? Sit your ass down. Roll this shit out. Let out your anger on the little lemon. So you want to loosen up the juices on the lemon, and we're gonna cut it up, and then we're gonna juice it in there. I'm gonna juice it over my hand to catch those seeds. I don't want to be biting my salad and I swallow a damn lemon seed. All right, got my lemon here. Gonna squeeze it out, squeeze it, and just use half of a lemon. So if you want to, like, if you really like the taste of a lemon, you can use the whole thing. But I'm just gonna use half because I don't want that much vinaigrette. I ain't trying to make no whole damn bottle of no vinaigrette now. Nobody got time for that. And then when you do the lemon juice, you know, your hands gonna smell like some lemons, you know. If you don't have this, you can use one of those juice, or you know, everybody got their hands, but you can also use a lemon juicer, which catches the seeds. Yeah, that's about your only option. All right, so I added my lemon juice in there. I'm gonna add in a little bit of olive oil, probably like a tablespoon or so. Add it in there. There we go, just a little bit, a little drop. And then our balsamic vinegar, I'm gonna add about a tablespoon of that too. You wanna have equal parts of everything in the vinaigrette so that it can blend evenly. If you have one part that's more than the other, it probably won't blend well. But if you like the taste of something more than the other, you can add it, and you know, when you're whisking it, just put a little bit of extra snap in your bag. Also, you know, like oil, like vinegar, oil really don't mix well. So you have to like whisk it together. That's what the part of the vinaigrette is. I'm adding in like a teaspoon of honey. I just want a little drop of honey for that little sweet add of sugar in there. And then you're gonna whisk it up. Whisk this on up until all the things are incorporated. Just whisk it until you get a consistent vinaigrette. I'm gonna show you all it when it gets finished. Normally you do this in you can do this in a circular bowl. I was just lazy and didn't feel like reaching, you know, a little higher up and getting it. But you know, it is what it is. It's gonna taste good. It's gonna taste good regardless of what I'm whisking it in. So we're gonna whisk this until all of the things are incorporated, and then I'm gonna put this at the bottom of my plate. When you are putting vinaigrettes on salads, some of y'all, like, this is a niglet problem too. Y'all salads be drowning. Like, and you know, I like extra dressing, but like, I don't want the leaves like in the dressing. You want it to be like, you taste the, you know, the salad, and the vinaigrette or dressing is like an accent taste, not like an overpowering. Like, you want dressing on your salad, not salad with your dressing. That's gonna be, you know. So make sure that, you know, use it in moderation, y'all. Don't be doing too damn much with the damn vinaigrette or with the dressing. You can, but it defeats the purpose of eating healthy. Like I say, you know, this is a vegetarian dish. You know, some of y'all be doing, you know, y'all got too much meat going on in your body, not just your mouth. So just, you know, sometimes it's good to just have a refreshing meal. You know, you'll feel light after this. The mushrooms count as like a protein, a source of good protein that people eat, like in substitutions of meat. So Y'all should be fine in that department. And again, you can also substitute the cheese out for a vegan cheese and make it a complete vegan dish and use a vegan tomato dish or just a regular tomato sauce. All right, so this is my vinaigrette. I whisked it all in. So you see like the little oil bits in there, the vinegar bits, the lemon juice, and then the honey speckles in there. So I'm just gonna drizzle literally probably like a little bit in the middle to sop up the greens. All right, so this is my vinaigrette. I literally put like a circle, like a little, just poured it until it just created a little circle and I stopped. So for our salad, I have my baby arugula that I have washed. I also rinsed out my tomatoes early when I got in. They have these holes on them. I'm just gonna I might cut them in half. You can put these whole if you want to, but I'm gonna cut them in half. And then I'm gonna add in our remaining cheese. I sprinkled a little bit of herb in there too. But I'm gonna just use those 3 ingredients. My arugula, my tomatoes cut in half, and then my cheese for my salad. So this is our salad here. I literally cut the tomatoes in half and I put the arugula right over the vinaigrette to soak it up. And then I have my sprinkle of cheese over it. So next I'm gonna take the mushrooms out of the oven. And I'm just gonna put one over this. I'm gonna put the one with the tomato filling over this. Y'all, look at these mushrooms. Woo! About to be fat, y'all. Look at this. So you can see our cheese is melted. Some of the liquids have come off from the mushrooms, which is okay. It's gonna be good. It's going in the tummy anyway. So I'm gonna take one of these mushrooms off and put it on my salad. All right, everybody. So this is my stuffed portabella mushroom with our arugula salad. Be sure to like and subscribe to my channel, and I will be posting another video soon. See you next time. Real Boy RD.